For 220 years, Oak Island has been a haven for mystery lovers and fortune seekers. But when Rick Lagina Pride opens an ancient hatch, he discovers the deepest secret beneath the island. The darkness inside is alive and pulsing with a mouth ready to swallow him whole. The air feels thick and heavy, charged with something ancient, and as they watch, shadows twist and move as if they had a life of their own. The team gets ready for the next phase of digging the money pit, but the ground is working against them as they dig deeper. Water rushes in quickly and relentlessly, swallowing their progress as they reach 65 feet down. The battle with water becomes all-out pumps run non-stop, and the operation is in jeopardy if they are unable to stop the flooding. A secret tunnel with wooden beams that is distinct from the money pit is found. Rick stands at the edge of the cave, thinking it is a part of something larger, possibly a secret chamber or burial site. The possibilities are endless, and Oak Island seems to present them with a new challenge. Skeptics have long thought the island is just a money-making machine, but those standing at the edge of the cavern know the truth. They have spent years chasing shadows, piecing together half-told stories, and looking for proof of something buried so long ago that history has begun to forget. The weight of the evidence on the cavern's edge makes things more challenging, and the water makes things even more challenging. Numerous mysteries and discoveries have been made at Oak Island, a mysterious island created to defend against floods. A 3D model that reveals the subterranean structures and their historical significance is being developed by the team under the direction of Steve, a data integration specialist. Marty Lena's sonar image of a square wall in one section of the cave has led the team to speculate that it could be inside. They decide to lengthen the tunnel by an additional section, gaining 32 inches of space. The presence of circular wooden pieces is particularly noteworthy, hinting at similar construction techniques used in the well-known money pit. Rick makes an unexpected discovery that may indicate they have reached the long-eyed tunnel. Barlow and Craig Tester receive news that officials from Duma have successfully deepened the garden shaft to about 95 feet in the money pit area, reaching a tunnel reportedly 7 feet high. Rick's conviction that they are nearing a big discovery is reinforced when he remembers a Reader Digest piece regarding the money pit's usage of round logs. Jack Begley teams up with detecting specialist Gary Drayton at Lot 5 on the western side of the island. This newly purchased property soon emerges as one of Oak Island's most promising locations for treasure hunting. The discovery of a Roman trade token on Oak Island raises many questions regarding its origin and how it got to the island. Their initial investigations reveal a stone structure thought to be as old as the well-known garden shaft tools, which date back 4 centuries and a half. A Roman coin from 300 BC is also discovered. The token will be examined by archaeologists who will compare it to existing instances of Roman trade tokens in order to ascertain its legitimacy and importance. Rick Lagina, Jack Begley, and Gary Drayton. On Lot 5, Craig Tester and archaeologist Larry Nyan found a lead disc or coin. At first glance, the disc appeared straightforward, but upon closer examination, it revealed intricate details. It was made up of 2 layers. The darker layer had a different composition with a lot of iron at about 41% and smaller portions of copper and silicone. The lead's natural presence in both layers suggested that the material originally came from mining operations. Discussions concerning linkages between Oak Island and other remote areas were sparked after an X-ray diffraction scan showed that the minerals in the disk matched those discovered in Iranian mines. This prompted the team to speculate as to whether the artifact might have originated in Italy, which would have supported theories connecting the island to the Knights Templar. To gain a deeper understanding of the significance of the artifacts, experts in ancient metallurgy and historical artifacts were consulted. They clarified that because of the Roman Empire's widespread influence, lead artifacts from ancient Rome were frequently used for a variety of purposes, such as trade tokens, seals, and religious objects. The connection with a Roman coin discovered earlier added complexity to Oak Island's historical scene, suggesting a significant historical presence spanning centuries. The team then relocated to a new location to further investigate the artifact's background and origins, realizing how intricate historical events could initially be just a simple object. This insight highlighted the significance of their discovery and made them reconsider what Oak Island might mean in the larger context of history. Islands Explorations has joined forces with landowner Tom Nolan and Rick and Marty Lagina to carry on working on the Great Quadrilateral, a 32-foot-long stone structure thought to have been built centuries ago. The team is presently concentrating on the northeastern portion of the structure in the hopes of finding hints regarding its original purpose and construction. Billy uses large equipment to remove soil layers off the building. In the process of searching through the buried soil for anything of interest, Gary found a number of objects, including a piece of charcoal that might be used to carbonate the structure and establish when it was built, as well as a heavy, curved object that might have been a component of a cannonball. The team decided to expand their search to the western part of the site in the hopes of finding more information about the structure, but despite their efforts, conclusive evidence remained elusive, leaving them with more questions than answers. Rick recognized the potential significance of this find as it could suggest who might have been on the island centuries ago. Marty noticed that the area appeared to have been disturbed, suggesting earlier explorers had manipulated the site. In recent years, the crew has discovered a piece of lead with minerals connected to Italy and a made gateway wood in the tunnel, acknowledging the peculiar nature of the Great Quadrilateral. These discoveries offer important new perspectives on Oak Island's complicated past and the function of the Knights Temple in the area.
To creating the Great Quadrilateral, what, if any, contributions does this facet make to the larger mystery? As of yet, nothing has been decided on that. Carmen Legg, a specialist in blacksmithing, meets with Rick and Marty Lagina, Craig Tester, and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan at the Oak Island Interpretive Center to study the massive metal staple that was discovered the previous day. Its starting point is a fantastic quadrilateral. Even though it was a strange geometric figure, they had no notion what the specific feature represented. They have found no others of its kind on the island before. There are now countless conjectures regarding the type of wealth that might be hidden on the island, as well as how it got there. However, the William Phipps theory has won over a lot of supporters and is supported by a lot of data. The theory was refuted by writer and history enthusiast Hammerson Peters in a recent video that was posted to his YouTube channel. The majority of the information presented in the movie is taken from the book Oak Island and Its Lost Treasure, which first made the strong case for the conspiracy. The Peters have proposed the following idea, which can be summed up as follows. During the 17th century, William Phipps was a skilled explorer, and the English supported him financially. The Protestant majority, including the political elite and aristocracy, developed a strong dislike for the Catholic king when King James II came to power in 1685. James II adhered to Catholicism, or to put it another way, they planned to depose him. The following stories are word-of-mouth legends from the late 18th century, because there is so little information about the early treasure-related operations that occurred on Oak Island that has been objectively verified. It took many years after the incident before publishers began to pay attention to this kind of activity and look into the stories involved. The tale of a treasure found by a settler named Daniel McGinnis was published for the first time in 1857. This is the story's earliest known telling. After that, it was another 5 years before one of the purported original diggers gave a testimony regarding the initial narrative and subsequent Onslow and Truro Company deeds. The earliest settlers in the region heard tales of a dying crew member of Captain Kidd's ship. The man said that Captain Kidd had hidden £2 million worth of treasure on the island. Captain Kidd passed away in 1701. According to the most widely recognized version of the story, Daniel McGinnis came across a dip in the ground in 1799 while looking for a place to build a farm. McGinnis asked for help from other people in order to dig because he believed that the depression fit with the legend surrounding Captain Kidd. With the aid of two people only known by the names John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, he dug out the pit and found a layer of flagstones 2 feet, 61 centimeters below the surface. The earliest documents, however, merely mention marks of some sort at these intervals. Later accounts report finding oak platforms every 10 feet, 3 meters, although previous accounts only make reference to marks. The various legends also mention the tool marks or pick scratches on the hole's walls. The soil was not as well packed as the soil around it, and it was visibly loose. The 3 men reportedly stopped their digging at a depth of 9.1 meters, 30 feet, because of superstitious dread. In an alternative interpretation of the story, all four of the main characters are portrayed as teenagers. According to this account, McGinnis first learns of the slump in 1795 while on a fishing excursion. The rest of the story proceeds in the same manner as the first, with the logs discovered as its focal point, but it ends with the four people giving up after they have gone as far as they can.